I have 6:35, so I'd like to call the meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order now, so we'll start. On the agenda tonight, the first thing we want to do is discuss minutes, and they need to be modified a little bit. So, my first change, Roseanne, we've discussed, which is members present, delete Steve Marsh and put him as former member present.
Okay, great.
Okay. There were some question marks that you have in here, which probably don't belong.
Mm-hmm.
Wendy, I have a question for you. Where Steve did vote, are those nullified and we just don't count them, or?
Don't.
I'm going to put that in this week's minutes, that I'm going to nullify this. I'm going to nullify his votes because he wasn't a member. So those votes don't count. I don't want them in the minutes. So wherever he votes, delete.
And that's for Marsh's votes.
Anything with the votes with Marsh, yeah, I want them deleted. And in the minutes for tonight, I want to formally, on behalf of the committee, apologize to Stephanie. And there was just miscommunication. It was a confluence of errors. A lot of people, and congratulations on your appointment. I'm sorry you missed. Watch it on video if you like. We had the new partner from Melanson discuss the audit for the past year. So it was a pretty good discussion. You can read the minutes, which we'll approve tonight as amended. But some of the discussions were school operations with COVID, and you might just want to read the minutes because they're pretty good. So, all right. So, other than did anyone else have anything on the minutes?
Sure. This is Jen. There were a few instances where the names switched back and forth between first name and name.
Okay.
I think notably it was in the section on some of the recommendations from last year or currently, where it switches between Wendy and Nightingale. So we can just have that be consistent.
Okay. I always I go back and forth sometimes.
Yeah. And if you look in the minutes, there were some question marks, where it says this person asked, where you don't need them, and not a big deal. But you can clean those up.
Perfect.
So we'll just vote. We'll take a vote on the minutes as amended. Again, it is if anyone objects to me just adjusting what happened, considering Steve wasn't a member and his vote doesn't count, and it's I think by law it's nullified. I'm open to suggestions on that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that applies to the minutes though, but
okay, you know something?
We'll probably have to get clarification on that.
All right, so we'll leave them in the minutes and we'll clarify that tonight. Okay.
Roseanne, can you just change my last name spelling in the review and approve minutes? There's no E in Stacy, but everywhere else it's spelled correctly.
Of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'll bring up a motion this week when we approve the minutes, and I want it in obviously in this week's minutes. And my motion is that the minutes should stand as written and as changed. However, my motion is to nullify any voting by that was inadvertently recorded for former members at our last meeting. Do I have a second? And that's what, this is not to approve them. Well, let's approve the minutes first as written with the changes.
Jen Star, second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? Berkowitz, yes.
Star, yes.
Stacy, yes.
Stephanie, yes.
Okay, 4-0. It's a motion, motion approved on the approval of the minutes. Motion, motion regarding Steve Marsh's votes at the last meeting of the audit committee. I'm going to bring up a motion that Marsh's votes are void, are nullified, because he was a former member and not a member.
Okay.
Anyone second? A couple people are muted.
Star, second.
Thank you. All in favor? Berkowitz, yes.
Star, yes.
Stacy, yes.
Stephanie, yes.
Okay, 4-0. Thank you. So, I mean, that was what, go ahead.
Sorry, just a clarification on that. So, even nullifying his votes leave you as the chair, because we had a quorum and we had 4 valid votes, correct? So there's
Yes,
no
correct.
change to that part of the reorganization. Okay,
Right.
great, thank you.
But we need another motion, and I'm going to bring this one as well. Steve was elected vice chair of the committee. We can't vote tonight on a new vice chair, but we can bring a motion to nullify it since he wasn't a valid member. So I'm going to bring up a motion to nullify the election and vote of Steve Marsh as vice chair. Anyone second?
And Stacy, seconds.
Okay, all in favor? Berkowitz, yes.
Star, yes.
Stacy, yes.
Julia, yes.
Okay, thanks everybody. That's a little embarrassing. So we'll clean it up. Our next meeting we'll do reorganization and have that vote. So thanks everyone on that. All right, so thank you, Wendy, for putting a couple things on the agenda. One of them was a report before the select board. They wanted to meet with us, or I mean, I can do it. Jen, unless you want to do it, Jen Starr. I will be out. If you want to step in, that's fine. Otherwise, I'll handle it.
Okay, I'm happy to do it if you think it'll be easier and take a little stress off of you. I know that you'll be traveling and, that might not have a good connection.
Something,
So.
yeah, I would appreciate that, and thank you, because that's, it is vacation. I don't know where I'm going to be, if it's a beach day.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to present.
Okay, thank you. And
You're welcome.
Wendy did a great job, assembling the summary, and you and I were at all of the meetings, so
Yeah.
appropriate, and thanks.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead. Okay. We can talk about Wendy's report. It was a good summary. Does everyone have it open?
Yes.
Well, actually, I closed it by accident, so I need to open it. Okay. Has everyone had a chance to look at it? Because I think we just got it. So.
Yep, I had a chance to review it earlier. It all looked good to me.
Yeah, I think it's excellent. So, we've had, some reorganization votes since, but, no, we went over a couple audits. We talked about some key points, some management points. And, one of the things we did was we replaced the audit partner who had been doing our audits for a long time. It wasn't due to anything negative. And I forgot the gentleman's name, but I know he's worked with Wendy for years, but
Scott McIntyre.
yeah, McIntyre. He was great. And, but we just thought it was the best practice to change teams to get at least a different look. So, during the year, we did look at the audits. I think we've been paying more attention to the town pension liability and the healthcare retired workers as well, and the fact that it's growing, and it's growing at a rate faster than 2.5 would allow. So it's eating more into our budget. So, I'm not gonna, we're not here to make any recommendations to town about what to do, but I think it's something that, I know Wendy's on it, and we're just focused on it, and we're looking for trends. So that was a lot of our discussion. So, all right. So does anyone want to make a motion to accept Wendy's report of the committee?
Jen Starr, so moved.
Okay, I'll second. And Jen, thank you for presenting. Time for a vote. Berkowitz, yes.
Starr, yes.
Stacy, yes.
Elia, yes.
Okay, great. Thanks, everybody. So voted. Wendy, what's next?
So what's next really is the presentation with the select board and scheduling another meeting to reorganize.
Okay. Yeah. So originally I wanted to do. We'll discuss. Jen, if you could talk about any comments from the selectmen, that would be great. Select board, excuse me. And we need to reorganize. Originally, I didn't want to meet until November, but maybe we should meet after Labor Day. That's what I'm thinking now. Like a week after, just do a Zoom meeting to reorganize and maybe set an agenda for the upcoming year. So does the week after Labor Day on Tuesday? Tuesday's bad because it's right after Labor Day, Monday. How about Wednesday? Does that work for people? Can we do Wednesday, Wendy?
Sure, as long as there's not a finance committee conflict.
There's not one scheduled currently. I will check with Patrick on what our plan is. Would that be the second Wednesday or first?
Hold on, I'll tell you when Labor Day is.
Trying to get the calendar pulled up.
No, I got no.
Okay, so there's a possibility we would have a standing finance committee meeting on the 9th. It would start at 7:30. So if we could get this, if we would be done by 7:30, it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, you know something, Jennifer. I don't want you to have 2 meetings in one night unless it's easier for you to get them out of the way. But
if it's gonna be done by 7:30, it's totally fine. No big deal to me.
why don't we go for the next Tuesday? What day? Let's go for the next. The following.
16th? Oh, wait, that's the 15th.
15th.
Whatever that Tuesday is, I don't know about the calendar.
Yep, September 15th.
Yeah, is that fine for everybody? Okay, cool.
Yep.
We'll go at 7. All right.
Okay.
And yeah, I want to take some heat off. I don't want people going to 2 meetings. It is a vote, but I think we should discuss, the agenda. Wendy, when is the next audit going to be done for FY20?
We have to schedule field work for that. They probably won't commit to do field work until, actually, they probably won't be coming in. Most of it's gonna probably be handled remotely.
That's fine.
So you're probably looking at like October. So, when we have our next meeting, I'll have a much better idea of when,
All right, so
we're gonna start that.
We'll meet on the 15th, we'll reorganize, and then we'll have an idea, so we'll schedule that either in November, early December or January. And then we can do a follow-up. So that's the plan, and then we'll meet once again, before whatever, a town meeting or something. So, I mean, that's where we're looking at it, but we'll set that at the next meeting as well, so. All right, so we'll do that reorganization meeting. That's fine. Okay, I think that's it. And we'll just meet then, and we'll get an agenda out, and that's what we'll do. We'll set the year calendar. Jennifer, you can discuss any questions the select board has.
Yep.
And we'll do what we do. Hopefully they won't comment on our little snafu, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
Crazy times, so.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy times. And,
We're way on the
cycle, like I said,
all the normal procedures are thrown out the window, so it's easy to miss something like that.
Yeah, it was just a confluence of things, and there's no way that I would check. And to be honest with you, when I sent the meeting out and had Steve's name on it, I figured that if he wasn't on the committee, he wouldn't have accepted. So, I don't
The
know.
other thing too is, I mean, he had filled in a term, so he didn't serve the full term, so he still seemed like a new
That's what it was. I thought he was new, but I should have thought was my term ends next year. So how can his end next year? So the at-large seat ends every other year. So that's what happened. And so that part maybe I should have known, or someone else. But I would think since the selectman appointed Stephanie, maybe that Chuck would have known. So it was just so many different little things that happened here. So
Yeah.
I really apologize, Stephanie.
That's no problem at all.
It's okay.
So all right, so we'll I'll bring up a motion to adjourn, but we'll get it better next meeting. And Jennifer Stacy, I know that was your first meeting, and our meetings generally go really well. So it's not if you guys want to reconsider and vote me out as chair, I'm okay with that. Okay. I'll bring a motion on that note, I'm going to bring a motion to adjourn so everyone can have dinner. If you have a motion to adjourn. Do you have a second?
Star second.
Okay, vote. Berkowitz, yes.
Star, yes.
Stacy, yes.
Elia, yes.
Thanks. Good night, everybody. Thanks,
Thanks.
Wendy. For
Thank
helping
you
us clean
all.
up our messes.
Bye.
Thank you.
Good seeing everybody.
Nice to
Good
meet
meeting you,
night.
Stephanie.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, Wendy, I just have